Oh my gosh. I can't even find it anymore.
Just search for it. Search for it. Now that's the stuff.
Holy F. Dave Blaine.
There we go. Locust. Pixels and flags. Here we go. There we go. Okay, hi guys. Sorry, is it a little crooked or is that the light?
It's a little crooked.
It looks a little crooked. Is it better?
I can't tell. It's gonna take a second.
Oh yeah, that's better.
Yeah, it's better.
Holy chihuahua. Duncan says, c'est moi. Buenas tardes. Yes, buenas tardes. Bonsoir.
Konnichiwa.
Yes, Japanese is now in this as well. That's right.
That's right.
So what happened is I started streaming, but I didn't know that you have to wait until it fixes itself before you stop. Bishop says ahoy hoy.
Hoi hoi.
Who's
So-
that?
It's Mr. Burns.
Okay. Mr. Burns, excellent. Jason, hi Jason. Tiara says, so tonight's stream is a Hallmark movie. Keitels is a simple country baker trying to sell cupcakes in Hawaii where she meets Flex, the surfer, who will learn to love Christmas. I like that. We should pitch it.
Let's do it.
I'm a simple baker
I'm
trying to make a cupcake.
I'm a surfer, bruh.
One day,
Mahalo hang
It'll
10,
work
my
out.
dudes.
Paz says, Kai, tu camisa es muy bonito. Muchas gracias. Yes, thank you.
Your shirt
It's
is
my
very
shirt.
pretty.
C'est
I
jaune.
can understand Spanish, but I can't speak.
Yeah. Well, that's how most things are these days.
That is.
Well, let's go ahead and get started because we have like 50 minutes
Yes.
before stuff happens.
Before things start to fall apart
Yes.
completely.
So let's go.
Stir versus Shaken. FCC ruling on spoofing.
Which is for spam calls.
Yes.
So if you guys recall, like a couple weeks ago, I posted a screenshot. I got like 20 spam calls in one day. It was just crazy, like a list of spam calls.
It's bad. It's really bad right now.
So the FCC, I don't know why they called it this, by the way, stir/shaken.
Isn't that James Bond?
It is. What is that? Is that someone's alarm? That was weird. There was some weird
It's gonna be one of those.
outside.
It's gonna be one of those evenings. I can just tell.
Things are happening. Things are happening this evening.
I had like nothing but technical difficulties on my computer for like the
Yeah.
last 2 hours.
Holy
Frickin'
cow.
Game Pass. Anyway, Stir versus Shaken.
So stir versus shaken is this protocol where companies are no longer allowed to spoof their number.
Good.
So the number coming in shows
their number.
the number. It
Good.
doesn't look like a local number anymore. A lot of us are waiting on calls back from, the dentist or the lamp store, the lighting store. They're waiting for these callbacks. And you pick it up and it's actually a number from who knows where that is trying to make itself look local. So
Excuse me,
This
are you
ruling-
Miss Tails? Can I
They
get
never
your
sound
credit
like that.
card number?
we don't have to say what they sound like, but they don't sound like that. Duncan says, I see Smudge. Smudge is now on his perch at the time. This stream wasn't going to happen for a while because I was napping with Smudge. I'll take a photo because I took a photo of him. And he was like, Smudge loves to be the baby spoon.
Yes.
If you are just sitting, he will just come and he will conform to whatever curve
He wants your
is
warmth.
available. He wants your warmth and he loves cuddling.
Yes.
So the stream wasn't even about to happen because he was like pinned me down and I was like, oh, I don't want to tell him to get up. I feel bad for having to move him. So, but yeah, the stirred, not shaken, which is weird. ADT says I get those calls almost every day. Really annoying, especially when I'm napping. Yeah, that's why Do Not Disturb is a great option on your phone. But doesn't work when I'm streaming. I actually had to block my mom and my dad's number before we streamed because it seems every time we stream, I get a call and it pauses the stream. So I had to momentarily block them.
Yeah, Do Not
just
Disturb
for-
needs to block calls.
Yes.
Well,
Do Not
for my
Disturb.
phone it does. It'll only on the 3+ call will it break through.
Right.
Because like it's an emergency.
Well, I have AT&T. Maybe that's why.
Maybe that's why.
Terrace is Smudge's enemy of the people. Yes. Smudge just wanted his cuddles and nothing else mattered.
Yeah, he's a warmth thief.
But that is that protocol.
Yes. Very interesting and good. I'm glad.
Good. I mean, it's helping at least.
If I know
It's
that the number they're calling from is the
Right.
number, I'm going to start taking their number and putting it into please call me databases.
Oh, yeah.
Like pay
Yeah.
them back.
So no more
We,
spoofing
if you have the ability to get their number in a leads database, you know who you are if you have that ability.
And give them the bad leads, not the good leads.
Go
Don't give
for
them
it.
the Glengarry
Let's
leads.
give them a taste of the medicine.
Yeah, that'll be good. All right, so that's that protocol. Moving on.
Copyright.
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 Yes. Copyright, because something happened last week. I have a movie on iTunes that
Yes.
I bought, and I tried to stream it, and it wasn't working. And so then I just wanted to screenshot it. And when I opened up my screen capture, it was completely invisible. The app was invisible.
Because you don't own that movie.
Yes. And so now I got into this discussion of if I bought something, I ought to have the right to show it.
You have, when you buy a
But I
digital
don't.
movie or a game
You
or
don't have
music,
any rights. You only have rights to play it for yourself.
you own the license
Yes.
to utilize that in a form fashion that you have agreed to via the contract.
Yes.
Yes.
And in the contract it says no streaming, no taking photos,
Yes.
no doing anything like this. So poor Duncan missed out on one of the best movies of all time.
One of the best, Duncan. One of the
One
best.
of the best movies of all time that we will get around to watching. Rafa says, I just ate 15 Burger King nuggets. It was awesome. Well, I hope it stays that way.
Yeah, it's going to be
Rafa.
awesome coming out too. So
I just thought that was really interesting, though. That's really, really strict.
we live in
Apple.
a day and age, and I'm especially passionate about this for video games. You cannot play, let's see, Metal Gear Solid 1. How can you play Metal Gear Solid 1 right now?
Emulator.
That's it.
Right.
Doesn't run on the PS5. I don't think it runs on the PS4. You're really limited on how you can play arguably one
Yeah.
of the greatest games of all time. Same with like old Nintendo games. There are so many
Yeah.
games right now that are unplayable beyond piracy,
Right.
which is why I'm such a huge advocate for piracy. Saying it right here. But like,
But
if you want to
here's
watch
the
an
thing,
old
no,
movie,
we have to say,
Criterion has done a fantastic job.
we want to say this, though, because you just said you're a huge advocate for piracy. Someone's going to take that the wrong way.
Sure.
We never, first of all, I never pirate anything. But if it is an option to rent it, we'll rent it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you need to say that first,
Well,
because
yeah,
now
so-
everyone's going to say, oh, yeah,
Oh,
let's
Flex
go.
is a giant pirate.
Basically, yes.
Okay,
We
you can
talked
look at
about
my,
this.
you can literally look at my Steam, Nintendo, PlayStation purchases and immediately know I'm a buffoon who spends too much money on video games. And I
Okay.
will spend obscene
I just
amounts of
wanted to
money
make that
if you
clear.
present me the option to buy your thing.
Yeah,
But when there's no option to buy it, what do?
steal it.
And the sad thing is, it's not even piracy. Like, I can't
Yeah.
download Metal Gear Solid illegally. I have a copy of the disc up there.
Right.
It's a matter of like I can't play it conveniently on anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. With gaming specifically, they need to figure out a better way to make old games accessible to modern
Yeah.
buyers. But for movies, there's legit no excuse. So the movie you're trying to share with an individual in our stream right now, you can't rent it
Why?
anywhere.
It's not a secret. I just
Well,
said it's
I've been told in the past I can't single people out, so I'm not singling
okay,
them.
when you single someone out in a negative way.
Okay, so in this,
Let's say, for example, I was playing a game with someone this week, and she encouraged me to go into war. I won't say who it is, but she's in the stream right now.
okay, see, we're being very, debonair about it.
If I was saying that, it'd be like, why? Why wouldn't I just say the situation? Why am I trying to be?
Because we want to be careful. We don't want that individual to post ellipses in the chat to feel singled out or anything.
That's what I said. An individual.
Okay, so yes, you wanted to stream with an individual watching the stream who might have
I
a
just
name
wanted-
similar to a character from the Dune series. But you couldn't because you can't
Yes.
rent that movie. You can't buy that movie on Blu-ray, so we can put it on the Plex. Because I do that a lot.
Okay. First of all, the movie is not like the best movie in the world.
It's not-
Therefore,
it's not.
Probably, in my opinion, it is.
It's not. But
Yeah,
beyond the
now I
that's
change. I think it is one of the best movies in the world.
at least a
I changed my
3.5
opinion.
rating on
We're gonna get
Letterboxd.
to that in a second. We have a lot to talk about, by the way. Let's just move on. Copyright. Okay,
We hate
Jason
copyright.
Jason
Screw
Roberts
it.
changes the topic. So you guys saw Loki. Okay, let's talk about Loki.
You want to talk about Loki right now? You just skip all this goodness?
Okay, we'll talk about Loki in a second. I have one last thing I want to talk about.
Egg box in the graveyard.
You have to turn that up a little bit because it's flashing and it's going to give me epilepsy.
What? What are you
The
talking
ring
about?
light just flashed a little bit. Can you just turn it up like a notch?
It's not.
Because it's so, and it's flashing a little bit.
I don't see the flash.
I just saw the flash. I have much more sensitive eyes than you. Not to brag, but I have perfect vision. Okay, that's better. No, it's not. Not flashing. Hi, Arsenic. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys this story, okay? I went to go get my hair cut last week on, the middle of the week. I went to go get a trim. And as you can see, I went there to the haircut place and I ended up waiting for 30 minutes. And finally I said, I have things to do. I can't, my stylist wasn't there. So they called her and they said that she'd gotten into a car accident. She'd gotten rear-ended.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, you know what? This is clearly a sign from God. I'm not supposed to cut my hair.
There you go.
Maybe I have to wait another month to get a trim. I don't know. It was a sign.
Who makes these rules?
So as I'm driving on the way home, I pass this graveyard. And I see this box at the entrance of the graveyard. And it's this big box and it has eggs printed on it. But there was tons and tons of flies buzzing around it. Like 24 flies.
Across from this graveyard, by the way, is just houses.
Yes.
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 I'll point that out.
So it was a weird situation for me. And I got an uneasy feeling. I saw this box and I said, why does this box say eggs? Why is there like 24 flies? And so I slowed down as I'm driving and I looked at the box. And then I just got a bad feeling. So then I came back home and I told you.
And this is the middle of the workday.
I told you that there's this box in the graveyard with eggs on it.
Yes.
And there's like 24 flies.
And I was like, it's probably garbage. Leave it alone.
And I said, who would put a box at the entrance of a graveyard? Why are there flies?
I said, there's houses right across the street from that graveyard. They probably are just throwing garbage.
So I wanted to call the cops.
Yes, you did.
I wanted to call the cops because I thought perhaps, heaven forbid, there might be some sort of weird, like, sacrificed baby, or there might be something in the box.
Yes.
That was dead.
Let's jump to the absolute worst scenario
because
possible.
why would you have this box labeled eggs?
Sacrifice baby, garbage.
Well, that's what, and it really bothered me.
Yeah, I know, because I was like, leave it alone. I was like, even if it is something bad, just leave it alone.
Well, I wanted to call the cops, so he said, okay, fine. Let's go back to the graveyard. So I got this big grabber thing.
Yeah.
And we went back to the graveyard. And then he parked, and I walked out, and I'm walking over to the box. And I'm too nervous to look inside the box with this big pointy grabber thing. So I just looked through, like, the handle. There's, like, this hole. And I looked inside, and there was just, like, a bunch of leaves and flowers and ribbons. And I thought, oh, it's probably the dead flowers taken from the gravestones that someone went along and collected. Yeah. Put in a box.
That they had in their trunk that just said eggs because they're probably a farmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's probably it, but I didn't actually open the box.
I would have opened the box.
But why were there so
I
many
thought you
flies
opened it.
around?
Otherwise, I would have opened it.
Also, I thought they were like corpse flies. Those big corpse flies.
Have you seen corpse flies before?
Yeah. So, I didn't call the police. Okay. Now, this happened when I was in college. I saw this bag. This like bloody looking bag under a tree.
there's a theme to this story.
I saw this bloody looking bag under a tree on my way to church, and I said, this is weird. So I called the campus police officer, and then she came out, and she's like, she's nervous about it. I'm like, there's a bloody bag of like tennis shoes here. And so she goes over to it, and then she opens it up, and it was like
syrup.
Someone's leftover jam.
Even still, the egg box with the flies didn't trigger any like past memories of.
Okay, who here?
Morbid Mary over here wants to find.
I don't want to find.
No,
I think a bad feeling.
I think you're secretly
Plus,
in your true crime true crime brain.
Sure,
you're like,
because
this could be the big
it was
scoop.
My chance?
Yeah, this is the big scoop.
I mean, who here thinks that sounds suspicious? You drive past a graveyard. There is a box labeled eggs with corpse flies around it at the entrance of the graveyard.
I drive past that graveyard all the time, and the
Who
things
here
I
would
see on the
think-
other side of the street next to the houses is far more disturbing.
Who here would think, okay, thank you. Tiara says, it was sus for sure. Thank you, Tiara. Duncan said, I do. I don't know what that was in...
They think it's suspicious.
Oh, okay,
They're
thank
on your
you.
side.
Thank you, Tiara and Duncan are on my side.
Who here is a rational thinker? Raise your hand.
Logic
It
fan,
was
I'll tell you,
garbage.
The reason I love true crime stories is because I grew up on a lot of really creepy kids books. A lot of creepy kids books. And I think I just planted the need or something.
You planted the need for horrible,
creepy
awful
stuff.
things to just show up.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Tiara says someone could have had a miscarriage or anything just left in the box. Stuff like that happens. Yeah, absolutely. And you hear about stuff like this happening. That's the thing. You hear about stories like this. You read about them.
Yes,
and
but
I
they're
thought, oh my
one in a
gosh.
million, one in a billion.
But I could have been, one
Not
of those.
not in this
Arsenic says
particular
raising his-
area.
Arsenic, you're my true crime buddy.
See-
Come on, you out of all people, you and I wouldn't come back to the graveyard.
This
instead.
graveyard is a very sweet place. It's a very kind place.
It's a very,
and
it
it's
is a very,
near a bunch of like rustic old homes.
yeah, it is a tiny graveyard.
This is
But
not
I thought,
this is not spook central, ghosts be jumping out in the middle of the night, kids going out with knives doing weird witchcraft.
Okay, yeah,
This is Normie City.
It's a small graveyard, I will say that.
They literally do at Halloween time like ghost tours and
yeah,
they're like,
they do
"Oh,
ghost
remember
tours of
the
it,
Civil
but still,
War?"
Anything could have happened.
Anything.
Also, I didn't get my hair cut.
That was the real.
That was
the
real-
real scare.
That was the real moral of the story. Everything happens for a reason.
I had a discovery this week.
What's that?
I found out something quite magical.
What?
The secret. I unlocked the secret of blue
Oh
raspberry.
yeah, that's right.
Yes.
The flavor of blue raspberry.
If you are a human being and you have tried a blue raspberry candy, you'll notice
Very
that flavor.
distinct flavor.
It is. It's electrifying,
Yeah.
sweet,
Sour.
and mellow all at once. It's like the perfect flavor explosion combination. Blue raspberry, Jolly Rancher,
Yeah.
like blue raspberry Sour Patch Kid. Delicious. I'm salivating. Fruit roll up.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. But what is the flavor?
Yeah.
You didn't know.
Uh-uh.
I didn't know either. I was munching on some fruit, and I noticed that the raspberry itself has a little hole in it.
Yeah.
And a blueberry fits perfectly in that hole. So I'm like, I want to make a flavor explosion here. I put the blueberry in the raspberry, I ate it. Instant triggering.
It's blue raspberry.
It's blue raspberry.
Yeah.
This is the flavor. It's blueberry
I tried
plus.
it. I tried it too. It's good.
I gave you a sampling, and that is the flavor. So good. You cannot eat just
Yeah,
blueberries
no.
or raspberries
if you want
anymore.
actual blue raspberry, just take some raspberries and take some blueberries. And there you
And
go.
put them together. It can't be separate.
No.
You have to be like the one inside the other.
Yep.
The dock
Crazy.
must occur.
Absolutely crazy.
Delicious.
Wonderful.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that was a good discovery.
That was. On to movies.
Movies.
We watched No Sudden Move.
Yeah, so we watched this a couple weeks ago, the night it came out, and that was the movie that has Don Cheadle.
Benicio del Toro.
Let me try and name one for Chris's sake.
Go for it.
Matt Damon.
Wow, that is a spoiler. That is a huge spoiler.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not a spoiler.
Literally not mentioned anywhere in the cast list.
No one cares.
Not anymore.
That's not a spoiler.
This is Martha all over again.
Fine.
John Hamm would have been an easy
John
get.
Hamm,
Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser. Poor Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser's so out of shape. It's really sad. I know it's probably like emotionally it's hard for him to get in shape and stuff like that, but he just looks like he's just having a hard time.
It is sad.
Yeah.
I do feel for
Oh,
Brendan
hi,
Fraser. I love
Noble.
Brendan Fraser.
I'm kidding. There's no such... I got my names wrong, okay? It wasn't him. It was somebody else.
They know. There's no
no, I was thinking
rewinding
of
the
the other
tape here.
guy. The other guy that looks like him.
Who's that?
I don't want to spoil it. But it's the other guy who looks like him.
You can't put that
It's the
genie
other
back in the
guy
bottle.
Who looks like him that gets mistaken for him quite often.
Meth Damon?
Don't spoil.
It ain't Meth Damon.
Well, he needs a better name than Matt Damon. Tara says we need to
Jesse
Brendan
Plemons
Fraser
is his name.
Jungle. Yeah. Brendan Fraser was happier in the jungle.
He was happier with the Looney Tunes.
Yeah, poor guy.
Poor guy.
Well, he had like a really, really bad wife.
Fighting mummies.
Yeah.
I love Brendan Fraser. I still do.
But No Sun Move was not a good movie.
It was a great movie.
It was not good. It made me sick.
I loved
Physically
it.
sick.
Enjoyed
because it's
the
all
crap
filmed
out of
in
it.
fisheye.
Yes.
So it's filmed in fisheye.
It's meant to give you like this sort of paranoid viewpoint.
But 2 hours of paranoid viewpoint.
Yeah, and if you watch it on an ultra wide monitor, it looks fantastic. But if
It
you
was
watch it on a
awful.
narrow little 1080 screen, yeah, it's going to be difficult to watch.
Like when they're walking down hallways, it's really disorienting and everything's like wide. And so poor Brendan Fraser walking in on that fisheye lens is even worse. It was not a good movie. I don't recommend
It
it.
was a great movie. I highly recommend it.
Steven
Steven Soderbergh, classic.
Duncan says similar to Bill Pullman and Greg Kinnear, how they kind of look alike.
I don't see that.
How that one guy Bill.
I don't think Bill Pullman. I separate those two.
What about the guy who looks like Bill Murray?
See, Bill Pullman, Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Daniels.
That I see more of.
Jeff Daniels. That's an alcohol.
Jack Daniels.
Oops. Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Daniels is the president from Independent. No, Bill Pullman. See, that's why I confused them. Jeff Daniels is Dumb and Dumber,
Yeah.
and Bill Pullman is president for
Jeff
Independence Day.
Daniels kind of looks like Christian Slater.
No, not at all.
He looks like old Christian Slater.
Not even the
Absolutely.
slightest.
He looks like an older Christian Slater. He does.
Jeff Daniels?
Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman?
Bill Pullman looks like an older Christian Slater.
Not at all.
He does. He does. An older, gaunter Christian Slater.
Not in the slightest.
Someone agrees with me out here.
Bill Pullman. President Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman looks like an older.
The guy from the
Christian
dad from
Slater.
Casper.
Oh no, I'm thinking of somebody else. Whoops. I'm thinking of somebody else. I'm thinking of somebody else. I don't know who I'm thinking of. Who I'm thinking of, he's this guy. He has like somewhat longish hair. He plays like an older gentleman. Bishop says, how would you compare it to Mice and Men? We'll get to Mice and Men in a second.
I think
talk
No
about-
Sudden Move was a better movie
All
than
right,
Mice
Tiara
and Men.
says, I don't know what Bill Pullman is. I agree with the guy. Thank you. Thank you, Tiara.
It's good to have a tiara in your
It
corner.
is. She's my chibi.
I think
man.
Arsenic is my tiara. Raises hand.
Raises the hand.
Hand.
Yeah, let's talk about Black Widow.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk about because Boom Boom's not here.
Well, what if he watches the recap? Then he'll know.
No, I'm gonna say something because Boom Boom will say I was talking loud.
By the way, thank you for this mic, Boom Boom. It is great.
It is really nice.
great
It's
mic.
a nice mic. No, we watched Black Widow. Boom Boom was nice enough to stream it for us, and so usually when we watch movies, we will talk over the movie to an extent,
Except on Sundays.
except on Sundays.
Sundays there's
are-
a no talk rule.
Yes, Sundays is classic movie days, and that's like a day of reverence.
We're going to talk over the movie tonight.
Absolutely, we're watching Space Jam.
We're gonna rip that
tonight.
movie apart, and
We're
I love
watching
Space Jam.
Space Jam with LeBron James tonight.
I can't wait. I'm going to rip it.
So that one will get talked over. But
Absolutely.
we talked over Black Widow.
Yes.
And I'm like, I changed my name in Discord to Flibber to Gibbet,
Which is from Joe versus the Volcano,
which is a real word.
which is a great movie.
That means excessively talkative young woman.
Even more than a 3.5.
No, Joe versus the Volcano was not good.
Probably a 4.
So Black Widow, so I was talking a lot during it, and Boom Ahmad was like, come on, guys, watch the movie.
It's a great Boom Boom impression.
So-
Sounds just like him.
I'd
I'd already seen the movie.
yeah, you
I watched
already
it with my
seen
dad
the
and my
movie.
brother, and we talked about the thing.
But
We made jokes.
I didn't think it was the best thing ever.
Nor did I. 3.5.
But you found it enjoyable.
Yeah, I
You
enjoyed
said
it.
it was funny.
Not my favorite Marvel. Not my least favorite Marvel.
Right.
Very middle of the road.
Yeah. It was, I mean, it was, a standard Marvel movie.
Yeah. 3.5.
Yeah. But you watched Loki,
Yes.
and you finished that
Loved Loki.
as an example of a Marvel thing you loved.
Yes, that was really good. I really can't say much about it without spoiling it, but I think Loki. So it's really interesting. WandaVision is kind of all about spectacle, and it's a history of television, and it's very nostalgic. Falcon versus Winter Soldier is very political, and it's all about choreographed action sequences and
Right.
consequences, where Loki is probably the most subtle and slow of anything Marvel's ever done. It's very conversational, it's very slow-paced, slow-moving. The last episode, without spoiling anything, is like watching The Matrix Reloaded. It's like
Meanwhile,
watching a very specific scene of
This
Matrix
just
Reloaded.
says it's frustrating.
Loved it.
It's different.
Like, Loki proves that Marvel is actually able to do higher brow cinema and storytelling than they've ever done before.
Wow.
It gets very metaphysical. It gets very in its own head.
It's very Rick and Morty.
It gets Rick and Morty. It does get Rick and Morty, but in a good way. Because
Yeah.
that's the thing I love about Rick and Morty is how goofy it can be while taking itself incredibly seriously at the same time. And Loki
Right.
does the same thing, albeit in a different way, but in a Marvel-y way.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really good. I can't say anything else about the hype because I'd just be spoiling it, but loved it. If that show doesn't get an award for set design, costume design, everything
Costume
is rigged.
design, it's just
Everything is
dots
rigged.
on a blue screen.
That's why it's fantastic.
No.
They literally created their own operating system for the
Bishop
temp
is
pads. It's
basically
beautiful.
disagreeing with everything you
It is
said.
beautiful.
And Tiara's pickle Loki.
A pickle Loki!
Hi, Fire Demon. Yeah, I didn't watch. Oh no, Fire Demon. He's possibly resting in peace, Gaudon. Rest in peace, Gaudon.
Is he dead?
No, he's probably resting in peace.
Oh. Oh. I was going to say, is he actually dead?
I wouldn't. I'm going to announce someone's death like that on
Rest in peace.
rest. Oh, by the way, people, Gaudon, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Gaudon.
No, I'd be a little more
Can everyone go in the
a
Discord and
little
just
bit
at
more
Gaudon,
respectful.
rest in peace?
You can actually make like a little headstone.
Make a little
I think
headstone.
if you make dash tombstone or something like that. Noble says, "Hey Flex, what do you think about the news that Zack Snyder is interested in directing a Rick and Morty movie?
Oh my gosh.
Live action? Wait, live action?
I don't care what it is. I'll
Who
watch
would
it.
be Rick?
I will watch it.
Who's that guy? The grumpy one from Back to the Future.
Doc Brown? Christopher Lloyd?
Christopher Lloyd.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what Rick and Morty's based on.
So would he be Rick?
I hope not.
Why is that?
I don't think he could do it.
What if he can?
I don't think he could do it. Honestly, they need to get someone like Bill Burr. Bill Burr would do a great
Ew,
Grandpa Rick.
no.
He'd be like, I'm Grandpa Rick. F you, F everybody. I'm on the
If
Mandalorian.
anything, why wouldn't they get Martin Short to play Grandpa Rick?
Martin Short would be Morty.
I
He'd be
would
like,
watch that.
oh, geez, Rick. Aw.
He's from the future.
It's where Morty is even older
Old
than
Morty.
Rick.
That's a good twist.
Old man Morty.
That's a good twist.
I'd watch it.
Martin Short and
But I'd also watch it if Zack Snyder
Older.
directed it.
Yeah.
Just regardless.
That's interesting. I don't know about
I've
that.
totally forgot Rick and Morty has like shows on the air right now. I need to
Yeah.
watch them because I'm gonna get spoiled, I'm sure.
Right. I remember when you used to be obsessed with that. Thank goodness it's over.
I
I
still
don't
love
know the right way.
I
to do
still
this,
love
by the
Rick
way.
and Morty.
Protestants need their own version.
Again, there's no way for me to stream it. So
Yeah, that's true.
I usually
mean,
waited. My brother, the way I watched it in the past is my brother legitimately recorded it via YouTube TV and then sent me a
Wow.
link to the recording.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy.
I don't know if he's
now
still doing
you're
that or not.
giving secrets and stuff like
It's
that.
completely legal
Maybe
to do
Protestants have this. This is ours.
that. What did I
No, we pray. We're like, oh, thank goodness.
go with peace?
Catholics have the
And
sign
you.
of the cross. Protestants have this. I don't know what do atheists have.
The pasta monster.
What hand gesture?
Noodly.
When they're
They're
thankful
like,
for
noodle, noodle,
something.
noodle.
Oh, Christopher Lloyd. That's his name.
I said that.
Whoops. I wasn't listening to that.
I know.
Tiara says you're literally Protestant. Yeah, we're Protestant, but I'm saying that we need our own hand signal.
Yeah, we don't have a hand symbol.
Like, we don't have the
we're not
sign
like
of the
praise
cross.
Jeebus or anything.
So maybe Protestants do this. This is what I'm thinking. Bishop says hags out of nowhere.
Nice.
What do they have? Oh, he's saying atheists.
Atheists have hags. Like, caw.
Oh, okay. So
So that's Loki.
That's Loki.
Did you want to talk about the 3.5 and the outrage?
No, I don't really
Okay.
care about
So we also watched Mice Have Been.
We watched Of Mice and Men.
Also a 3.5.
Okay, he
Odd.
rated both Of Mice and Men and Black Widow a 3.5.
3.5 is my
Which
most
caused
common rating, by the way,
huge
on
drama
Letterboxd.
between us.
I have over
today.
500 movies, or no, it's 457 movies were rated 3.5.
Okay, but this was just after I'd seen Black Widow. And by the way, Of Mice and Men is a 1930s movie by that author,
George Steinbeck.
yes, who also wrote Grapes of Wrath, Mice and Men. Like
I would give Grapes of
Americana
Wrath
answer.
a 2. That's
I
boring.
haven't seen that.
I think he's overrated. Maybe maybe the
No,
books are better.
I thought Of Mice and Men
I read the book.
was a fantastic movie. You didn't like it as much as I did.
No.
You said it was slow, but that movie was really moving and meaningful to me. Like, it really, really touched me. And I cried really, really hard during that movie, in the middle of it during one scene. I'd never done that for any of the movies.
There was a
that
very
we've seen
sad
so
scene.
far.
Like,
That
I
was
completely
a
agree.
ridiculously sad scene. I was like
Very sad.
bawling my eyes out.
But it's kind of like Midsummer, where it gives you, in Midsummer, they give you the scariest thing in the first
Yeah.
scene, and in Mice and Men, they give you the saddest
But
scene.
there are other sad
There
moments
are,
in that.
but nothing came close to that.
Yeah, there were some things that came close to it.
Not for me.
Yeah, definitely. It was a good movie, though. It was great.
So it's good. Yeah, 3.5.
No, it
That
was
means
more
good.
than a 3.5. 3.5 out of 5, by the way, Logic fan.
Yeah,
Jason
it's
says I
the
like
letterbox
Black Widow.
rating. Some people have access to see my reviews, and there was much concern.
And they showed me what your review was.
Yeah, but if you look at all the things I give 5-star, there's no argument.
You
They're all
gave
5.
Playtime a 5-star.
Yeah, deserved.
Okay, do you see what I'm talking about? Tiara and I talked about this. We talked about why is Playtime the best thing that's ever happened.
Because it really was.
No.
I mean, that's...
That movie was chaotic. Oh,
And that was what was beautiful about it.
Hi Eike, guten Abend. Ich bin eine Frau. Du bist ein Mann.
The dog is a man.
You're a man, I'm a woman. That's what I just said. That's
Close
all.
enough.
That's all I know how to say in German so far. Got it.
Got it. Checkmate.
Of Mice and Men was good. There we go.
Okay, we
I
also
liked it.
watched Starship Troopers.
Yes, we watched Starship Troopers.
Great movie.
It was a really, really good movie. We watched this a couple weeks ago, and I had never seen it.
So now you've seen all the Verhoeven greats.
Right.
RoboCop, Total Recall, Starship Troopers.
Yeah. And I didn't want the humans to win in Starship Troopers. I felt like they were bad for no reason.
But I think they're both, it's
And
a
I didn't
lesser of two
empathize with
evils.
them.
The bugs are worse though.
No.
The bugs are like just,
They even brought up in the movie who angered the bugs. There was no sort of
the bugs
diplomacy.
found us. And they
No.
started launching asteroids at Earth
Good.
for no good reason.
There was a reason.
Yeah, what is it? The reason is you. No,
No, there was a reason. I like that movie. But, oh, yeah, Duncan, thank you. The Mormons did. See, the Mormons started that war, remember?
That's right.
So the humans did start
That's
the
right.
war against
They
the
went to
bugs.
like colonize.
Yeah.
And they disturbed.
So
Always gotta be
there
the
you
Mormons.
go. Pyle says that was a fascist cover-up. I don't. The movie was good.
It was good.
It was a really good movie. Yeah. Oh, Tiara says it's meant to be a parody of fascism, but it just made it look really cool. Yeah. It's probably. I didn't even think it was an anti-fascism movie. Is that what it's supposed to be?
Yeah, I think it's everyone's bad.
Oh, I didn't. I mean, I didn't read any political standpoints into it or anything like that. Bishop says the newscaster says people wonder if the bug aggression was because of human intrusion into their space. Yeah, thank you. Like I paid attention.
Yeah,
I
but
was-
if
I paid
aliens,
attention to
okay,
that.
so if aliens come and just swing by our planet, we're just gonna start lobbing asteroids at them.
Probably
That's terrible.
because that's what humans do.
Well, there you go.
This is why I renounce
The bugs
humanity.
are the humans
No.
all along.
absolutely not.
Yep,
Absolutely not.
that's the point.
We showed aggression to them first. That was that movie. Okay, moving on.
Moving right along.
We have too much stuff to talk about.
Speaking of fascism, I watched the first episode of How to Be a Tyrant on Netflix.
Yeah.
Really good documentary series on fascism
Netflix
and
has
dictators.
good documentaries.
They do.
They do.
It's very similar to that samurai show I watched. I think it's like the same direction, but yeah, good. Kind
Good.
of startlingly scary how easy it is to be a tyrant
Yeah.
dictator.
That is scary.
Millennium Actress.
Millennium Actress is a movie by this. He did Paprika and he did Did he do Perfect Blue? Tiara
Yes.
would know. Okay, but that
And
was a
Paranoia
really,
Agent.
that was a depressing movie.
It wasn't that bad.
That made me cry.
That was a
another movie
4.5.
that made me cry. It was unnecessarily depressing.
But it was beautiful.
It was a beautiful movie, but it was sad. Unnecessarily sad.
I don't think it was.
And Tiara said there was some revision that was going on, rewriting history to lessen war crimes and whatnot.
Oh, yeah. I
Duncan
mean,
says Luna,
you kinda
Let me
have
see
to.
her. Yeah, she's over here. Oh, she's sleeping. Yeah, but that was a good movie.
that was a good movie.
Millennium Actress, good movie.
Good
in,
movie.
like 2009, I think.
And Inspector Calls.
Yeah, we watched Inspector's Calls with David Thewlis,
Great actor.
who we love.
We love him.
We're now a David Thewlis fan club because he's
We've
great.
had the
There's
fan
just-
club since Dr. Moreau.
Yeah, Dr. Moreau. He's just a really, really good actor.
is.
And there's something comforting about him.
Yeah.
I feel like,
I feel like he should have won in the first Wonder Woman movie.
absolutely. He was I would have gotten behind him more.
Ares better than
you know?
Gal Gadot.
Yeah, Ares. But it was a good movie. It was based on a play from
Yes.
the 40s. And this family has done something awful, and this inspector comes to question them on what was done. So it's a really, really good little kind of play to movie. But it was fun to watch.
Very, not political, but like, what is it? It's very critical
Right.
of a certain aristocracy
Yes.
and type of person. So I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it just from the,
Yeah.
nah,
They'll get theirs.
those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
So
Tiara says we should watch 7 Years in Tibet. Him and
I've heard that's a
Brad Pitt.
really good movie.
Oh, we should do that. Let's watch more David Thewlis stuff. We have to watch Island of Dr. Moreau
All of
with
it.
the group.
Let's watch
Because I will
all the David
I
Thewlis.
will die
Yeah.
when Val Kilmer gets up on camera and starts doing his best Marlon Brando impression.
But we should watch that and then the documentary.
Yeah, we should.
'Cause
That'll be good.
they go hand in
Yeah,
hand.
They do. We'll do a movie night, for sure. Oh, Ninja Land says The Tomorrow War. I've
That's
read
that
about
Chris
that,
Pratt
but-
movie that's on Amazon. That's like that is the most successful digital release of all
Wow,
time.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I've not
It
even
looks
seen
like
the trailer for it.
Edge of Tomorrow, but
Chris Pratt. Ugh. Oh, Tiara says it's bad. I'm trusting you on this because I think you and I align more than we don't. I found out Tiara and I dislike the same people, which was very nice.
that's always
I love that. It's a
blessing for the
nice,
heart.
yeah. When you find out someone, one of your friends
Yeah.
dislikes the same person.
Nothing like a
just
shared
makes you
hatred.
Closer. She says Chris Pratt is good though. Maybe we'll see it. I don't know.
I have no desire.
All right, let's skip it.
I have no desire.
What's on the list?
We started watching potentially what is one of the greatest shows ever made.
Take it easy.
Hey, actually,
Take it easy.
I wasn't talking about that one, but yes, that's true also.
Okay, so let's just start talking about. We started watching The Sopranos,
Yes.
and
It's what I mean. It
It's
is
a
one of
really
the
good
greatest
show.
shows ever made.
Yeah.
We finished the first season. I love it.
it's really, really.
It's a
good.
family show. It's like a
Okay,
it's
it's
a
a
proto
show.
it's a proto Breaking Bad.
But it's not a show for your family.
No, it's a show about family.
It's a show of family.
It's what if family was driven by a different set of morals.
Yeah.
I mean, there's actual
It's
conflict
the mob family.
when Tony has to think about doing harm to his family.
Exactamundo.
Yes.
You don't want Tony to be in a bad situation.
I care about Tony. I want to see Tony.
Tony's good.
I want to see him succeed.
Yeah. Duncan says anti-talent discrimination is what it is. No, I'm going to say this. That show has made me think I could never be friends with an Italian woman.
It is a little
Because
scary.
I don't know why
They're
on
intense.
the show, every single Italian woman on the show is just so like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like insanely borderline sociopathic and just very, very like, F you, blah, blah,
You
blah.
never got to really experience my
I
grandparents.
guess maybe they're like just the female version of the man. on the
Maybe.
show.
Yeah, it's like talk with the
But,
hands. You got to be
yeah.
strong. But my grandmother was just like Tony's mom
Oof.
when she was in her prime.
Yeah.
And my grandfather is just like Marlon Brando in The Godfather.
Yeah.
Like they're almost one-to-one caricature representations. So imagine that. They were the people who raised me because my mom dropped me off there every day.
But look how you turned out.
Yikes.
It's really, really good though. I guess this flex is channeling its people.
Yeah, I love it. So that wasn't the show I was referencing when I said we started watching one of the greatest shows ever made.
What was that?
You've got to. There are
One of the
stories.
greatest shows ever made.
There are stories that are told to preserve time. There are stories told to preserve space. But you must save the warmest seat by the fire. The storyteller.
Storyteller. Yeah.
The storyteller.
The Storyteller by Jim Henson, which was the show from the 80s.
It's phenomenal.
It's really good. It's really, really good.
It is
the
legit.
First episode.
Mind-blowingly good.
Yeah.
It's on Amazon Prime.
And I want to watch some of the episodes with the group. But it's really, really funny.
Every episode is just...
it's based on... Well, the first season is based on German fairy tales.
Yes, and the second season is all Greek.
Based on Greek mythology.
But the way that it's presented, it does this... The storyteller, played by John Hurt, and his dog, played by Brian Henson, they're kind of just hanging out in this castle.
Yeah.
And they're telling stories. But it does this weird thing where they will project silhouettes of the story around the storyteller.
It's done very well.
And then it goes into the book or like into the world, and it's all painted
very,
and
fairy tale.
it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's really nice. Duncan says, I remember that. Yeah, I really liked it. We had a really, really fun time watching it.
It is so good. I can't wait to watch the rest of them.
Oh, Tiara,
I love it.
Is that a quote from one of them? We should definitely watch some of it because it's really good. It's really, really enjoyable. It'd be fun with the group.
Yeah.
So the Storyteller.
Storyteller. We watched the Storyteller. We watched the Sopranos. I have to give my Gundam update because that's a thing I do now. I've watched Char's Counterattack, and I'm a little remiss to say it, but has the best animation of the old school Gundams. Not my favorite story. In fact, I liked everything leading up to it. And I mean, it's kind of the conclusion of a 14-year arc. So a lot was riding on it to get it done right, but kind of a letdown.
That's what happens.
Sad.
Yeah.
But I did start watching Gundam Unicorn, which is, I think it's 10 years after Char's Counterattack in the Universal Century. Holy wowza.
Amazing.
Whew, first episode, I was like, I gotta watch documentary. I'm not gonna sleep tonight.
Only Tiara in here probably understands all this.
Yowza, yowza, yowza. Gundam Unicorn, be still my heart. So good. And that's the Gundam update. Amazing.
Pyle says, time to figure out how to get Flex to watch Code
Geass. It's on my list.
I was like,
my brother recommended that one. It's like Gundam with time travel.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. I will watch it eventually. And that's it for movies and TV shows.
Okay. Excellent.
All right, let's get into the news of the week. Steam Deck got announced yesterday.
Steam Deck, which is basically a Steam version of the Switch.
Yes.
So it's like a portable thing and you can play your Steam games on it.
It is so much more than that. Firstly, it is a mini computer. It is a miniature computer running Linux in handheld form. It uses all of the educational learnings Valve has had with the Steam controller and the Index. So it has the touchpads. It has 2 buttons on the back where your thumbs go. It's got joysticks and buttons that look completely placed the wrong way, but are actually ergonomically placed the right way. Crazy. I cannot wait to hold this thing. I cannot wait.
Oh, hi, Rez. Rez says he was able to pre-order. Did you pre-order?
I did.
Excellent.
It took me like 45 minutes, but I got there.
Wow.
It literally...
That's not bad.
No, well, so bless Steam. Everyone was like bragging on them, like, Steam botched the launch. Firstly, no, they didn't. They did the right thing. You had to have a Steam account that was open for more than 15 days to get in like the first pre-order window. So bless them on that regard.
Yeah, that's
Secondly, you can only get 1 Steam Deck per pre-order, and you have to put $5 down. So that there's no way that botters or scalpers can come in.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah. So I had to wait 45 minutes.
Cracked it.
I refreshed it every 5 minutes, and then I finally got it.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Excellent.
People acting like the sky's falling. This ain't the PS5. This ain't the 3080.
It's not Lisa Eldridge's new lipstick collection.
Yes. Valve did it the right way, and bless them for it. And I cannot wait to get this thing in my hands.
Good job, Valve.
Good job, Gabe.
We like to give praise where praise is due.
We love you, Gabe.
We love you, Gabe.
And that's the Steam Deck. Can't wait.
The Steam Deck.
That thing's going to run emulators so good.
Excellent.
And the nice thing is you can suspend it. One of my biggest problems with PC gaming, outside of the fact that the drivers are a nightmare, is you can't suspend a game.
Yeah.
But it looks like you can on the Steam Deck. So,
Miraculous.
Absolutely.
Hi, Luna.
Miraculous.
Luna.
Hey, big girl.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, Gabriel.
Hey, Gabriel.
Gabriel says, thanks, guys.
Luna, come up here.
What was the thanks
Luna.
for?
Oh,
Oh,
big girl.
precious.
Big
How
girl.
Precious.
Luna, come here.
Oh, now she's stuck. Oh,
Luna, you're
jeez.
stuck
Oh,
now.
Jeez.
Big girl, here. Come here.
Ah, mon
Luna.
Dieu.
Hey. Luna.
Ce chien est très fou.
Luna. Hey. Come here.
Poor Luna.
Luna's dog
she's
is confused. She's just wandering.
Red says the irony will be when I'm running a Switch emulator on.
No joke. There's a Switch emulator that
Wow.
they're already saying is going to run great on there, and it'll be like a Switch Pro.
Okay, fantastic. Excellent. Let's just shut down everybody, Gabe Newell.
Praise Gabe. Switch, honestly, like they missed the mark. We didn't put this on the list, but that OLED Switch is the dumbest thing ever.
Wow.
Like, what are they thinking?
I don't know.
I could barely play
I
Hyrule
don't
Warriors
know.
on there because it was running at like 12 frames a second.
Yeah.
Couldn't finish it. Couldn't finish the stupid game.
Wow.
It gave me a headache to play.
See, I can't tell the difference between stuff like that.
You could tell. When it's running 12 frames per second,
It was
you could
running
tell.
12 frames a second on the stream two seconds ago.
Yeah, and I hate that. I can't look at it. I mean, it's like it's going to give me a headache right there.
It's fuzzy. Okay, so that was the Steam Deck. What else is new?
What else is new? We played some Helldivers. Helldivers is on the
We
list.
played Helldivers. We played Helldivers right after watching
Starship Troopers, because Helldivers is Starship
It's
Troopers,
basically
the game.
Starship Troopers, yes.
Yes.
I started playing Civ 5. Well, Tiara and I will play Civ 5 a couple times a week. And I really like that game because she and I will talk. And I appreciate this time with you, Tiara. It's nice. It's like
nice.
laid back. And we just talk and chat. And in the meantime, I'm like going to war, taking over this small nation.
Which in itself can be very relaxing.
Yeah, it is. But that's like a relaxing game. And I know we've complained in the past, like we would like to do it for groups, but you have to like wait for the turn.
That's why Crusader Kings
But
is
when
the
it's
choice
just
of
2
choices.
people, it's fine.
Yeah.
I think the less people you have, the smaller party size. It's
Or you
nicer.
do 30-second turn timer.
Yeah, but see, we don't even need that. It's just like
Yeah.
we kind of just take our time and
Yeah.
do stuff. So that's a relaxing game.
We played Train Game,
We played this train game.
which is called Unrailed.
Yes. We played this train game with my brother and my sister-in-law, and it is really, really fun. It's like a more relaxing version of Overcooked.
Yes.
So Overcooked has given people major anxiety.
The thing I like about-
we've had people play Overcooked with us, and it's a game where you are 4 cooks in a kitchen and you're trying to get these orders in.
The anxiety of Overcooked comes in because, and this is the difference between Unrailed. In
Yeah.
Overcooked, 1 minute you could be chopping a steak and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to I'm going to get the steaks, I'm going to chop the steaks, I'm going to give them to you.
Right.
But then it's like, no, you're no longer allowed to chop the steaks because the stage has moved. Now you are cleaning
But that's
dishes.
part of the reason I like it. I like the drama. I like the chaos.
You do
of
like,
it.
I mean,
I
you
do love
thrive
drama.
in chaos.
I do.
The nice thing about Unrailed is it's the stress of Overcooked. You have
Right.
the pressure and the time of building
There's
a train
pressure, but
as the train is
there's
going.
A lot more freedom to do
Right.
things.
If I'm picking coal or if I'm picking iron and I'm carving a path, I can do that the entire level and be helpful.
Right.
Not to change my role because the level suddenly dictates we change the
Exactly.
roles.
Arsenic says, I found uncooked, overcooked. I found overcooked more relaxing than Unrailed. Really? No way. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
We're going to have you do a personality test because overcooked is objectively more crazy, Arsenic. Like things catch on. Well, I guess the train does catch on fire.
Overcooked is a multitasking
Unreal.
simulation where Unrailed is a specializing
Yeah.
simulation. Can you specialize in your thing and
Is
do
it
it
more
very
stressful than Mario Party?
well? No.
Okay, who here wants to play Mario Party avec moi? Because you don't really like it.
I don't like the board game. I love the mini games.
I like how crazy the board game is because it
I
can
hate
really
turns.
screw people up. Yeah.
Anytime,
You don't like
and
turns.
I like, so Persona has become one of my favorite RPGs out there because it's such good turn-based gameplay.
Yeah.
But I hate turn-based multiplayer. Like,
Why? Because you always have to say like,
can we
it's
go?
your turn.
Yeah.
But that's me. I'm just like, oh,
Analysis. See, I don't have analysis paralysis. I believe in making a decision and sticking to it. And you let the chips fall where they may. You drive it out based on your best decision. That's life, baby. You
Okay.
carve a path, you go down a path.
So what I'm seeing here is Pyle, TR, and I are going to play Mario
board
Party.
game.
But you don't need a Switch
You
or a
use
Mario
Parsec.
Party because we'll use Parsec, so we can just hook it up through my computer. So just have like a controller, and we'll set it up right now. Irv says flex is real talk right now.
I live in the real. I live in the real. There ain't no think about it. There ain't no, oh, maybe. See, the thing is,
You're more of the Harvey Dent.
I grew up in a household where I witnessed my
definitely
mother
more of the Joker.
literally pour over a menu at IHOP for like 20 minutes because she didn't know what she wanted. I'm like, you're going to eat the pancakes, order the damn pancakes. Like, get them. So I live in a world where just you make the decision, you go with it. You go forward.
That's true.
That's
we
me.
can't deal with the analysis paralysis
thing.
thing.
I can't do it. No.
I wouldn't be able to deal with that.
No.
That's
I
how
can't.
it's like.
So that's why when we play games that involve waiting, I get very frustrated. And I'm like, I can't do this.
Okay, that's different. That's not making up your mind. That's literally waiting.
No, I'm
making
talking about like
up your mind.
waiting, taking turns. Like
Waiting and
I took
considering
my
are
turn
two
and it's been
different things.
10 minutes
No.
and I'm still waiting
See,
for
I have more patience because
Smudge to take his turn.
my dad is also kind of like your mom. It's weird. My mom and your dad are
Very
like
similar.
twins.
Yeah.
My dad and your mom are like twins. It's weird. But my dad, I grew up with that, like very, very quiet. And it always used to get my mom's nerve. I was like, it literally says in the Bible, like, blessed be those who aren't quick to speak.
Blessed be them.
Blessed are those
Blessed
who are
day.
quick to speak. Arsenic says I've not played Mario. Okay, me, Arsenic, Pyle, and Tiara. We have our
Install
group.
Parsec
We'll
and
do
create
this
an account.
one day. I'll message you guys privately. I'll teach you how to do that. Rest says it's real commitment to order Rudy Tooty fresh and fruity.
Yeah.
Special pancakes. Bishop says, yeah, is that way you skip over people trying to make their best use of letters in Scrabble? You know
Yes,
what?
absolutely.
No, I'm playing Scrabble. I haven't even playing. I was in the middle of playing Scrabble with a gentleman this week, an absolute gentleman who didn't cheat. Imagine that.
How do you cheat in Scrabble?
Asks Bishop.
Smudge, come here.
Smudge has brought us a treat.
Smudge.
He's
come
brought
here.
us a trinket.
Oh, no.
He's brought us a trinket. I didn't cheat, Bishop. I copied
Sit.
you. I
Good
copied
girl.
your bad example. Okay, so that's train game. That's
no.
Unrailed.
Unrailed.
What else is on the next list?
Okay, so this is kind of crazy. I
What?
don't know if you heard about this.
What's that?
You know Final Fantasy 14?
Yes.
The MMO.
Right.
They released their latest patch.
Come here, honey.
Their latest patch. I don't even know if it was the expansion. I guess it was the expansion. It sold out digitally.
How is that possible?
Well,
Maybe
because
they can't support.
They
enough
didn't want to
now.
overload their servers.
Yeah.
So they made there's a limit of codes you can sell.
That's crazy.
Cannot get any more Final Fantasy.
That's nuts.
It is nuts. They sold out digital.
I don't understand.
But
that.
apparently it's two reasons. One is it's very streamable on Twitch. I don't even know what it is. I should have done more research.
Final Fantasy 14.
Final Fantasy 14. It's like the #1 Twitch stream right now.
That's so
but
weird.
also, the latest World of Warcraft expansion is so bad, people are moving to it in
Wow.
protest, which is hilarious.
What does that mean? They're moving to it.
They're like, screw you, I'm ending my World of Warcraft
Oh.
subscription. I'm buying Final Fantasy 14 latest expansion.
That's
I'm gonna go play that
crazy.
instead. Like they're buying it as a protest move, which is hilarious.
Moon is looking directly into the camera. If you watch the stream, look at her.
Oh, what a baby. What a
She's looking, like,
princess.
directly into the camera.
What
Hi,
a good
sweetie.
what a good princess.
Bishop says, didn't you play it?
I did. I never got past Frontier Reborn, whatever the first one was.
Yeah.
When you get to the end of it, they make you do at the time, I think they fixed this now, but at the time it was like 16 hours of mindless side quests. I was literally carting bodies from a battlefield to a graveyard.
Wow.
Just over and over again. I'm like, this is not fun. This is stupid.
That's ridiculous.
And it was a really fun game up to that point, but
That's like medieval war simulator.
yeah, it was like, we really want you to know that people died. I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
I don't. This is
That's
incredibly
weird.
boring. So I dropped it after that. But I've heard that that's one of the best Final Fantasies out
Yeah.
there.
Interesting. Okay, that's it.
That's that. Okay, so
That's that.
another thing.
What?
This is also buck wild.
What's that?
You know Resident Evil 8. You played a
Yeah.
little bit of it. Remember how I had to refund it on the PC because it kept stuttering
Right.
and it was making me sick.
Yeah.
Apparently everyone has this issue and people are just stronger stomach than
Wow.
I am. But it's because of their anti-piracy.
How is that possible? What do they want?
They locked animations behind an anti-piracy engine.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So
That's ridiculous.
like Lady Dimitrescu, when she winds up to grab you, half of that wind-up animation would stop the
Wow.
process, check to see if you legally own the game, and that would cause a stutter
That's crazy.
on the PC's end, and then she'd finish the animation.
Wow.
And rather than being intelligent about this and just checking like once an hour, it checks every time they do the animation.
That's insane.
Which is literal garbage.
That's
like, how
crazy.
dare you, Capcom? Ugh, so glad I played it on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
This piracy thing,
The piracy thing is getting out of control.
because you know who
absolutely out of
had
control.
zero problem playing that game on the
Who's
PC?
that?
The pirates.
Pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bravo. The only people you
It
hurt
just
are the people who
hurts-
paid for your game.
Hurts people. Yeah, I don't understand that. Russ says this is why piracy is justified. Well, I thought it'd be a good experiment if some of these companies lowered the price of their movies for rent, of their games for rent, whatever, lowered the cost, and then test it out for a couple months, and then see if piracy goes down. Because in the long run, you'll end up making more on a sale that you wouldn't have otherwise gotten at all. You'd get zero. So $2 is better than zero.
Well, it's kind of
sort
what
of thing.
Microsoft is doing now. You know, Halo Infinite, the multiplayer is free.
Right.
You have to pay for the campaign, and I'm wondering how much they're going to charge for that. You get it on Game Pass anyway.
Yeah, it's just like,
Yeah.
just try something else.
Yeah.
That's
I think Microsoft is actually doing it right.
Yeah.
You have to go through their platform. It's as a service. The anti-piracy is Windows itself.
Right.
So there's a lot of checks there, but overall their experience is very
Yeah.
seamless and smooth.
Who
The
knows?
building it into the game has to stop.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If I bought it through Steam and I'm launching it through Steam,
That's
that
nuts.
should be enough.
Exactly.
There should be no
Yeah.
other checks needed.
Tara says all these industries are scummy. Don't feel bad about pirating ever. Yeah, that's like, I don't
But
know.
I wanna-
It is weird that they care more about piracy than anything else.
Then
Like,
this is the sad thing: is Resident Evil 8 is one of my favorite games I've played this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. I loved it. One of my favorites in the series, and I'm happy that I paid full price on the PlayStation to play
Right.
it. But I had to refund it on the PC because it was borderline unplayable.
Yeah.
I want to support the developer. I wanted to say, please
But
do more of
that's too
this.
much,
Yeah. I don't know.
yeah.
We watched a trailer for a new game coming out that looks pretty dope. It's called Nickelodeon's Brawl,
Yes. It looks like it was an early aughts game.
which is great.
It's great. It works. It works
It's
because
Smash
a lot of
Bros.
these characters haven't been around since that time period.
Apparently, this is word on the street via the Twitter of Nickelodeon. They have wanted a character in Smash of theirs for a long time.
Yeah.
And have been trying to make it happen. So instead they said, F it. We're going to use this team who built
Yeah.
an indie Smash that was a huge success and have them reskin it with our characters. It's got friggin' Powdered Toast Man in it.
Yeah,
Sold.
it's got
Reptar.
it has Reptar, it has Cat Dog in it,
Oblina.
Pataki, Oblina from Our Real Monsters. I loved Our Real Monsters, by the way. It just was cute. Crumb was disgusting.
I wish we could stream that because I would
Crumb
love
is
to
like
watch
what
that.
Brayden Fraser turned into. Oh,
That
it's
is-
really sad.
What the heck,
That's
Kite
sad. He kind of sounds like him though.
Oh my goodness.
Look it up, guys.
No, don't.
Who's-
Pretend that she didn't say this. Pretend that she
Oh,
didn't
I don't
say
know
it.
if it has Pepper Ann. Pepper Ann was
Oh,
in
that was
Nintendo.
that
She
Disney? I think that was
Yeah,
Disney.
Pepper Ann was Disney.
They're gonna release more
Nickelodeon
characters.
had As Told by Ginger.
Yes.
Which was this show that I thought was cute about this. She was like this middle school girl. She was like going through stuff.
Doug is also owned by Disney, Tiara,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Doug.
But
Rocco's Modern Life.
there's no Rocco yet.
There's no Angry Beavers.
There's no Angry Beavers. They on the box art there's a hidden thing for Avatar, so there's gonna be the Avatar.
Yeah.
I never saw that. But there's Ren and Stimpy,
Ren and Stimpy.
and they're gonna announce more. So
Ren and Stimpy I was never allowed to watch.
I love Ren and Stimpy.
I didn't. Oh, Irv says, "Can I play as Nigel Thornberry?" I didn't know Nigel
Yes.
Thornberry. I didn't know that was the guy from the movie with the.
Smashing.
Wait, let me think of what his name is really quick.
It's
In
astounding.
Tim Curry.
It's demanding.
I didn't know he was Tim Curry all this time.
Yeah, he's great.
That's crazy.
He also played the main bad guy from Big Guy and Rusty, which no
That's
one knows.
nuts.
But he's phenomenal.
But yeah, Tim Curry is Nigel Thornberry. Oh, Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh yeah, they didn't show them the
They
trailer.
didn't show Fairly Odd Parents. They should.
They definitely will have them
Yeah.
in there.
They will definitely be in. That was one. of
I'm
the
so hyped for
staples.
that game because it's
Yeah,
just
it'll
like
be
it's a
fun.
nostalgia fest.
It'll be fun.
And we can play it with them because it's not on Nintendo.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Rez says somehow somehow the Teenage Mutant. I noticed that, Rez. I
Yeah,
was like, why is it? It was the first one.
They bought them back in the 2000s. I don't know if you remember,
but
like
it
they
was
did
weird,
the
though.
CG.
You don't usually associate Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You kind of want like Nickelodeon characters.
It's because they were a comic first. And
Also,
I think
they're
they bought the
bringing
rights.
back Rugrats
Yes.
3D,
Yes.
which looks like garbage.
Yes.
Let's not even get into it. It looks gross.
I don't know.
Duncan says Tim Curry also in Command and Conquer.
Yes.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
It's great.
Did I say I liked Tim Curry?
You love Tim Curry.
I said I like Nigel Thornberry.
You love Tim Curry.
I don't think I said I like
You
Tim
especially
Curry.
love when he has big old
I
horns on
don't
his
like,
head.
I have to think, I don't really think I liked him.
What about Long John Silver?
He's bad guy in that.
That's why he's great.
I don't know if I liked Tim Curry.
What about in Clue?
Maybe I do like Tim Curry.
We loved him. You need to watch
I like him in
Rocky Horror
everything.
Picture Show.
I haven't seen
and
that.
then it will all
Then I'll
make
like-
sense.
Then I'll like Tim Curry. I don't like him specifically as in Legend. There, I said it. I don't like Tim Curry in Legend.
Why?
I just don't. Because he looks weird.
He looks like the devil, which he's
Yeah.
supposed to look like.
I don't know. I don't like him in Legend. Arsenic says, what about those teenage Rugrats show? Oh my gosh. I remember when they had the grown-up Rugrats all
grown up.
All grown
Which
up.
the title itself makes it sound like they aren't.
My friend, she's like, oh my gosh, Tommy's so hot.
No.
Okay.
No.
That is sick. Please don't say that to me.
That's disgusting.
I don't remember.
I
her name.
understand
She thought they were...
certain people thirst
Tiara
for certain
said I would
animated
hate
characters.
Rocky Horror. Tiara knows me.
I think it's weird enough that you might give it a pass.
I don't know.
It definitely falls under the so weird, it's good territory.
I don't know about that. Can you guys hear her sniffing the mic? She was sniffing.
And then she did that lick.
She like-
And she did that lick. You good girl.
Oh, Rocky Horror is a BDSM musical, basically.
I wouldn't go that far.
I don't know if I like that.
It's definitely RuPaul-esque. It's very RuPaul-esque. But like the gothic horror RuPaul.
Yeah. Okay.
If you like Sharon Needles and Alaska, you will like Rocky Horror. It's the
Sharon
same everything.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about Sharon Needles. Yeah, Alaska. Okay, cool. What else is on the list?
Only one more thing. Two more things, technically. I listened to
Yeah.
Prince's and the Revolution, Purple Rain, this week.
Right.
We don't really talk about music on this anymore because no one gave a crap. But I just have to share.
Oh, Jason loves Luna. Oh, that's sweet.
So do
Jason.
we.
Thank you. Yeah, she's a good girl.
She is just a blessed
She's a
beast.
very, very good girl.
She is.
Yeah. So Purple Rain.
Purple Rain. I've always heard it's one of like the greatest albums ever made, and I think I have done myself the disservice of only ever listening to Prince as songs.
Mm-hmm.
Purple Rain, whew, that is an album.
Ooh.
Whew. Now I'm like, I gotta listen to the rest of his discography end to end because he is kind of a magician of music,
Yeah.
a wizard of weirdness.
He's
But
like the real life version of Chris Tucker in Fifth Element.
yes, but for music,
But for me.
yes.
Yeah.
An apt analogy. Yeah, it's so interesting to actually hear like Purple Rain and When Doves Cry in the right order in this weird little story that he's telling.
Yeah.
And just some of the sounds he uses and guitar he plays is just phenomenal.
That's good.
Excellent. Excellent album.
Prince. Irv says so happy for Flex finding Prince.
Me too. I'm always at my utmost happiest when I find an artist
Good
who
music.
makes good albums.
Yeah.
Because there are artists that make good songs. I can't stand that. I don't want to listen to a song. I want to listen to an album. Give
See,
me
I wanna listen
12
to only
tracks I can listen to
songs.
back to back that are equally as good as one another.
I just want to listen to songs.
I can't do it.
Total opposites
That just, yeah, it's like,
for me.
if I wanted that, I'd listen to the radio, you know?
I do listen to the radio.
I know you
listen to
do.
the classic
There's nothing
music.
wrong with it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's just my preference is a full album of song versus just an individual song.
And I'm more of a mixtape.
It's like Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake has made some great jams, but his albums are incredibly weak. It's just filler tracks.
Hi, honey.
So I can't do it.
Nope.
Can't do
God.
it.
Terrible. Tiara says, I only want to listen to the same 5 or so songs over and over for several years. Are you quoting yourself or are you describing what I do? Because that's what I do. Like, that's what I like to do. Okay, now what?
That's it. We're going to watch a movie tonight together.
Yeah, we're
In a
watching
bit.
Space Jam in 45 minutes.
I got to go grab a Sammy.
He'll grab his dinner. And if you guys want to,
I see your recommendation, Rafa, and I'll listen to it. I really liked that previous one.
Oh, you do that too, TR.
Yeah.
See, I knew. You're like my chibi moon. We do the same things. We hate the same people. It's excellent. If you guys are around in 45 minutes, we're going to watch the Space Jam movie. And if you want to do anything with me, I'll post out a message in the Discord server until we're done with dinner and stuff like that.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. So thanks so much for streaming, guys.
All right.
mean, for watching us stream. That was fun. It was fun. Yeah. I'll keep the unicorn away from you, Tiara. Don't worry. Oh, Jason, good. Yeah, join. I don't think you've joined for movie night in a while, so that'll be fun. All right, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye. Luna, praise the sun.
Oh, she's too tired.
You're too tired.
Poor
You too
little
tired to
thing.
praise it?
Luna, you have to make it really enticing.
Luna,
Like,
sit. Hey, sit. Good girl. Praise the sun. Good girl. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a treat.
good girl, Luna. Poor Luna. Why is she so sleepy all of a sudden?